power.
That's right.
And then especially after having kids, right? You lose a little bit of that core strength.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's one of my focuses right now is
Just
trying
getting
to
those abs back.
Yes! I'm
Ugh.
determined.
Abby's goal is to take a roundhouse from Josh to the tummy.
Yes. Kick
Proclaim
me,
it to the
Josh.
world.
Oh,
She does.
I do.
It's in her name, literally. Hi,
Hey,
YouTube!
what's up, YouTubers? So glad you joined us today. You got Lil Bully.
And Josh the Rainmaker.
We're coming at you live for a tutorial today.
That's right. Today's going to be about workouts, workout tutorials, because maybe you know it, but maybe you don't know it as well as you could. And knowledge is power, especially with our workouts.
Yes.
Technique is always number one, even when we're working out.
Yep. And when you execute a workout properly, you get the muscles engaged more.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what these tutorial videos are all about, is getting your body properly engaged, those muscles engaged, so you can fully maximize each exercise that you do. So that's why we do these tutorials, so that you reap the most benefits out of
That's right. It's like the same thing as like a really good technical cross. Like the most power is going to be a technical cross behind that punch. And it's the same thing. You get the biggest punch out of a workout when you have the technique down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're
1
super
minute.
excited about it. And get ready, guys.
Get ready, yeah.
Because we want to rock and roll.
And if you want, you can do them with us. I mean,
yes, do it with us. That's
yeah,
the best.
you can.
That's the best way to learn.
Yeah. Watch it and then re-watch it while you do it, and then do it while you re-watch it a third time. Because why not?
Yes.
You know we're gonna.
Oh my goodness. I'm nervous because, like I mentioned, abs is not my favorite workouts to do. Any ab workout, but I know for a fact that I need to work on it more. So this totally motivates me to just rock and roll with this, guys.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm
Here we
ready.
All right. So again, this is Joshua the Rainmaker.
And this is Lil Bully.
And today's tutorial is going to be on the bicycle crunch. So this is an amazing ab workout. A lot of people just call them bicycles, but I think a big part of the bicycle is the bicycle crunch part of the bicycle. And I think the crunch part of the bicycle is what a lot of people miss out on. So bicycles I absolutely love because it works our upper abs, our lower abs, and our side abs, because we're lifting our upper body, our lower body, our twisting, and really, really engaging those muscles.
Yes.
So the main one, while I stand up, the main focus of the bicycle is to pull your knee up and your shoulders and elbows down while you twist. So opposite elbow to that opposite knee. Now, there's two things that I see when people do this. Is one, they bring their elbows in really close. Well, you can pretty much just touch your knee to your elbow right there. So you want them nice and wide. You don't want to pull on your neck. That's another big thing we see, is you don't want to pull your neck muscles. Fingertips behind your head or behind your ears, nice and light. You shouldn't be pulling. The only pulling should be from the core, from the abs.
Yep. And also pull your elbows back. Focus on the elbows versus pulling
your neck forward.
Yes,
yeah,
your neck forward. Yeah. So pull.
Yeah, and not only will pushing those elbows back really make you twist to connect to that opposite knee, but it will focus on the shoulders as well.
Yep.
And as we know in workouts, the more muscle groups you engage, the more calories you're burning, because the more energy your body has to use. So why would we want to use less energy when we're trying to burn a ton of calories? You wouldn't. That's the thing. So really focus on pushing those elbows back, and you should kind of feel it in your shoulders too if you're pushing them really good. And then when you connect your elbow to the opposite knee, I also want you to focus on trying to bring that shoulder all the way to that opposite knee. The more you pull that lower body up, the more you pull that upper body down, the more those upper and lower abs are going to go. Now, the more you try to get past that elbow to that shoulder to that knee, the more you're twisting sideways, which means the more of those obliques you're adding into that workout. So I'm going to lay down now. I'm going to lay down sideways.
And I will lay forward.
So our goal is to lift our feet off the ground, and that's going to keep our lower abs engaged. Now, we also want to keep our shoulders off the mat as well. And that's going to keep our upper abs engaged. Now, when we twist, we're going to pull our elbow and our shoulder to that opposite knee, and we're going to crunch. Because, again, a big part of the bicycle crunches is the crunch part. So I see a lot of people, they'll do the twisting, but their shoulders will stay pretty level to the ground. When you crunch, you want to crunch and pull that shoulder up, trying to get as much as that upper body off of the mat as possible. And what that is really going to fire up those upper and lower abs. So again, the more you pull your knees up, the more you're working those lower abs. The more you pull those shoulders off of the mat, the more you're working those upper abs. And then again, not only twisting that elbow, but that shoulder to that opposite knee.
Yep.
Really pulling over.
And if you really pay attention to Josh here, having those shoulders up keeps the abs engaged.
Yes.
Which is what you want when you're performing this exercise. Because if you have your shoulders on the mat, show them, you're not engaging those muscle groups. So again, those shoulders up, come up, your full engagement in the abdominal muscles, guys.
Yes. And then with your bicycle, whatever leg is not up should be straight out, hovering just above the mat, almost like a hollow hold to really keep those lower abs engaged. And when you switch, you should fully bring that knee in and fully kick that other foot straight out. Again, really activating those lower abs. Again, I love bicycles because we work our upper abs, our lower abs, and our side abs, but you got to focus on all of the components. You want to focus on twisting those shoulders, bringing the knee up, crunching the upper abs, and turning those shoulders. So, again, we're in a hollow hold. Elbows are wide, pushed back, and when you twist and crunch, you're trying to pull not only that elbow to that knee, but that shoulder to that knee. So again, the big mistakes that we see are people pulling on their neck. You don't want to pull on your neck. Your neck's sensitive. It's nice. Don't pull on it. The other thing you want to do is you want to fully extend your legs out, and you want to crunch that upper body by keeping those elbows wide, not pulling them in. If I pull them in and I do crunches, I only have to twist a little bit to connect that elbow. The wider they are, the more I twist and the more I activate those obliques, those side abs. And again, when we're doing our workouts, we want to engage as many muscle groups as possible, as powerfully as possible, to really get the full impact of them.
Right.
So
in other words, I think what Josh is saying is to focus on your shoulder turning versus your elbow.
Exactly.
Right? So keep those elbows engaged by pushing them back, and then focus on rotating your shoulder over to the opposite knee.
Exactly.
Yep.
And focusing on that shoulder to knee will really help you keep those elbows wide and not have them in, because you're not bringing your elbow to your knee. You're trying to bring that shoulder to that knee. And that'll bring an extra challenge to it as well. Right. As you start off, if your abs aren't as strong, keep low but still crunch as you twist and pull. You might not be able to get all the way up there, but you should still be crunching in that bicycle, rotating, bringing that knee up nice and high, bringing that shoulder and that elbow as high as you can. Whether it's just a little bit off the mat or all the way off the mat, whatever your ability is, that's what you should be reaching to.
Right.
Obviously, breathing is a big part. Now, in our workouts, sometimes we go for fast bicycles, sometimes we go for slow bicycles. So fast bicycles are really great for getting that heart rate up and keeping that cardio high. Especially when you're on your back, your heart rate starts to dip down. Well, because we're using so many muscles and we're activating so much stuff, our heart rate can pump up really quickly if we start to bicycle fast. But like Abby was saying before, is the slow bicycles really help activate the abs. So Abby, tell them about the slow bicycles.
So slow bicycle, guys, it really gives you a chance to really focus on your form. And again, we want to touch base on the fact that you're bringing your shoulder over versus your elbow, okay? And then for those people that have a little bit of trouble keeping their lower back pressed against the mat, which is also a very important component in the bicycle crunch, you can bring those legs up a little bit higher, okay? And then doing that slow motion will make it so that you can really focus on keeping that lower part of your back against the mat.
Yeah, like she said, keeping that lower back against the mat is very important to keep your body safe. And keeping those legs just a little higher will kind of lessen the load on your lower abs, but still keep them engaged.
Yes.
If you ever feel your lower back lift off the ground, you should always reset your legs all the way up and then drop them down to make sure that back is straight and flat. Another part of the bicycle that we do sometimes is the bicycle hold, which is a fiery move that really activates those muscles.
It is a killer, you guys.
So holding that bicycle, really crunching that shoulder up, pulling that shoulder to that knee, and just holding for a little bit, you'll start to feel those abs shake and burn, and that's a really awesome move too. So if you're really working on your abs, I think a bicycle is a great way to get that entire core stronger. And every once in a while, test yourself from how long you can hold one side, and then obviously balance out with the other side as well.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything more about the bicycle? I think
another thing
we
I
hit a
wanted to
lot.
point out, guys, it also really helps when you squeeze your glutes a little bit when you're doing this exercise. It helps with the lower back being pressed against the mat, but it also makes it so that you can really, if you're going to do the bicycle hold, it'll help you hold it for a little bit longer. So squeeze the glutes a little bit, and again, the legs come up just ever so slightly if that lower back is coming off the mat.
Yeah. Even more muscle groups engaged, even more calories burning. Again, I absolutely love the bicycle. I'm all about the abs. I think abs get neglected a lot, so this is a great workout to add into any of your workouts, whether you're doing weights or body weights or kickboxing and stuff like that. Keeping that core tight is very important. Helps you with lower back pain, keeps you strong, and keeps you upright too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No pun intended.
No, that was definitely a pun intended. All right. Well, I am Joshua the Rainmaker. This is the little bully. We are so glad you guys could join us for the bicycle. So if you're done watching this, now that we've broken down the bicycle, go try it for a little bit, fire up those abs, and continue to take that energy to other workouts to crush even more calories.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Oh.
Perfect.